He was excited after obtaining a mount and thought of Lin Liu as a real good luck charm. The item he received was a Mount Bell, capable of summoning a Ghost Knight Wolf that could assist in battles and be ridden. The Ghost Knight Wolf appeared, glowing with a fierce aura. It was a gold-ranked mount, extremely rare in the early stages, with high strength, constitution, agility, and spirit. The mount could grow by gaining experience, and its level would rise along with the users. The wolf came with powerful abilities. Its swift sprint increased movement speed while mounted. Nightwalker granted invisibility, letting it attack from stealth and deal extra damage before returning to visibility. Triple Pounce struck a target 3 times, each strike adding additional physical damage. Wolf Howl boosted allies' attack, defense, and elemental resistance for a duration. He realized this was not only a mount, but also a battle companion with strong combat skills. Excited, he acknowledged it as a massive gain that would greatly strengthen him going forward. He mounted the Ghost Knight Wolf as it dashed forward with incredible speed, leaping high into the sky above the ruined cityscape. The wolf's movements tore through the air, leaving shockwaves in its wake as it sprinted across the battlefield with unmatched swiftness. While riding, he planned his next steps, reaching level 15, gathering enough lifespan to extract the mount, and then heading to Hu to eliminate Kyan Shishi to prevent future problems. The wolf carried him across the city with dazzling speed, its glowing form streaking through the night like a flash of light. Riding the Ghost Knight Wolf, he reached the Zhanghai Arena, a vast place with 2 underground levels, complex terrain, and countless monsters. He saw it as the perfect location to quickly raise his level. The wolf sprinted through the arena grounds, leaving trails of energy behind as he advanced deeper inside. He recognized the arena as a paradise for the strong, a place where only capable fighters could thrive. From the rooftop, a red-haired figure noticed his arrival, their gaze fixed on him as he passed by at incredible speed. Under the full moon, he rode the Ghost Knight Wolf into the arena, catching the attention of the enemies waiting below. With sharp glowing eyes, he unleashed his skill Instant Shadow Slash, sending a wave of blue energy that struck down his opponents in an instant. Elsewhere, the ruined city stood as battles raged on, the chaos spreading through the collapsing buildings. Amid the destruction, another warrior fought fiercely, swinging a massive blade against a beast, the clash sending sparks through the battlefield. Captain and Strike brought victory as her team celebrated their win over the monster. Ma Neliang, the son of Zhanghai's city bureau director, praised her strength and admired her hidden class as a dragon swordsman. He clearly had his eyes on her. Some members of the group compared their fight, frustrated that even a gold-tier boss had taken them over 10 minutes to kill. They questioned how another fighter could possibly solo platinum-tier bosses. When someone dismissed the assassin's tactics as dishonorable, Captain and teased the archer, pointing out he was best suited for that method. Embarrassed, he insisted he would never stoop to such tricks. One of the men criticized Shadow for having no morals and being ruthless even in real life. He mentioned knowing a hunter from Modu's police force who already had high-level anti-stealth detection. Another suggested they should set a trap, uncover Shadow's real identity, and control him. He argued that only by forcing him to work for the authorities could they progress easily, otherwise they'd always be left cleaning up after him. Hearing this, Captain N paused in thought while her teammate glanced at her, waiting for her response. Instead of taking it seriously, she suddenly laughed, brushing off the suggestion with amusement. One teammate explained that instead of opposing Shadow, it was smarter to cooperate with him. His achievements in first kills and rare loot proved his strength, and they needed him on their side. Ma grew frustrated, insisting Shadow was just a fragile assassin. He claimed that with high enough anti-stealth detection, there was no need to fear him. Angered after being scolded, Ma lashed out, vowing to ruin Shadow's name and force him to beg for forgiveness. Meanwhile, the others focused on the boss drop's gold equipment, silver gear, and a silver skill book. Captain and casually noted how Shadow often threw valuable loot their way and wondered how many bosses he had actually slain. Another speculated that perhaps his talent lay in treasure hunting, gaining items mostly from chests. One of the men approached Captain and, admitting he might sound paranoid, but confessed he was worried. She asked what he meant. He brought up the Zhongnan restaurant case, where the Dongfang family had mysteriously disappeared during a gathering. He wondered if Shadow had been involved, questioning whether they should keep covering for him. Since they still didn't know his true nature, he feared Shadow could even be a serial killer in real life. Captain N replied that she had heard about the case and knew it was being taken seriously, with many suspecting Shadow. However, she emphasized there was no real evidence linking him to it. Despite the doubts raised earlier, Captain N admitted that even if Shadow had been behind the Zhongnan case, she would still choose to work with him. She declared that if higher-ups refused to cover for him, she would handle it herself. Her reasoning was simple. Shadow's strength was undeniable, and who wouldn't want to align with such power? Suddenly, a teammate rushed in, reporting that they had discovered a gladiator-style arena ahead. He explained that all the monsters inside were already dead, the ground covered in corpses. He wondered what kind of team could possibly be strong enough to wipe them all out so quickly. Without hesitation, Captain N raised her hand and ordered the group to move forward, determined to check it out for themselves. The team entered the arena and was shocked to see the ground glowing with countless drops, proof that hundreds of monsters had just been slain. They were amazed at the scale of the loot, questioning which team could possibly be so powerful. Captain N speculated it must have been Shadow and suggested looking around in hopes of running into him. One teammate doubted her certainty, but she pointed out that Shadow was ranked number 1 on the leaderboards. Since even their official team couldn't accomplish something like this, it had to be him. Another scoffed, saying that with stealth, anyone could achieve the same results if given enough time. At that moment, a message appeared, asking if Shadow was still present and offering to buy gear and skill books from him. Ma raised his hand confidently, only to suddenly freeze as a massive shadow loomed over him. Shadow appeared atop the Ghost Knight Wolf, its glowing eyes glaring down, leaving Ma stunned and terrified. The wolf lunged forward, sending Ma flying helplessly through the air as he cried out in panic. Captain N was left astonished, her eyes sparkling with admiration as she excitedly asked about the mount, shocked at where such a creature could have come from. Shadow explained that he had obtained the mount thanks to the coordinates they provided, revealing it came from the tomb. Xiao Hai laughed with embarrassment, happy to be acknowledged for her contribution. Shadow then proposed a deal, offering to let them take all the items on the ground in one go under their usual trading terms. Captain N accepted, trusting him, and noted that his fairness made such trades reliable. Meanwhile, some of the others looked on nervously and muttered in frustration, clearly unhappy as the transaction unfolded in front of them. Humiliated by Shadow's actions, Ma clenched his teeth in anger, his face twisted with frustration. He cursed Shadow in his thoughts, furious that he had been embarrassed in front of everyone. His rage boiled over as he swore vengeance, determined to make Shadow pay for what had happened. With hatred in his eyes, he vowed to strike back one day, refusing to let the humiliation go unanswered.
This is the end of the video. If you guys want to see the next part, then don't forget to subscribe and like the video.